So Tommy, slightly different today, it's just you and I, but we've got a few questions that are coming from the fans for this week, if that's okay. So one of the first ones that come in was from Gavin, and he was asking, what is the situation with you and your contract past the end of this season?
Well, the agreement I made when I met the chairman to discuss that situation was that we always talked about 18 months from the time I came in, so the contract runs till the end of next season. As of yet, I haven't heard anything different. There's a break clause in it if he wants to do that, but ultimately, my focus is here and now today. My future is irrelevant in terms of that. It's about us all pulling in the same direction for the benefit of Kings Lynn Town Football Club, and I'm doing everything I can within the parameters that I can work within to try and make sure that we're playing at this level next season. But I see no thing on the horizon other than Kings Lynn Town Football Club for myself.
Brilliant, thank you. And another question came in from Adam in Norwich, and obviously you've had your ban recently where you've been sitting on the sides. He's asking, what was the hardest thing for you about sitting up in the stands? How did you find that?
Well, the hardest thing about it was accepting the punishment, because twofold, I didn't say or do what was alleged that I did, and that is just pure fact. I'm not trying to dodge something there. So I was wrongly accused of saying something, and then I was found guilty of that. Now, that's something I had to swallow. I couldn't do anything about it. We appealed. Everybody knows the club were fined, and I was given a ban. It's difficult to sit and watch a team that you've worked with all week go about their business, and then whether they're doing well or they're not, you can't be there to either encourage or to cajole or to direct, basically. But I've got full faith in my staff, and I thought they did a great job. I always laughed with them and said, the moment I came back, we scored 2 goals against Solihull. But we joke about things like that. In hindsight, I thought the punishment was too harsh. It's my first ever comeuppance against an FA regulatory commission. So, yeah, all in all, I just thought it was a very difficult situation for the whole club. We got through it. It's behind us, and I'm not going to use it as an excuse, but I don't think it helped at all. It was a really important 4 games, and whilst I thought the lads performed adequately well in most of the 4, I always feel there's a little bit more to come if the manager's barking around the technical area as well.
And the other one's from Frankie, and he's saying about the changes that you've made to the squad since you've come in. How do you think the changes that you've made to the squad, people you brought in, techniques that you use, has affected individual performances within the squad?
Good question. All I can do there is answer you by saying the feedback I get from the players that were in the building when I got here have identified a big change in the whole week, the planning and the structure of our training sessions, also the planning and the structure of our approach to every game. And I'm talking about people who've played at least the level and above that, so the experienced guys. I'd like to think that if you're bringing in players more of the level or more attuned to the kind of football that we face every week, which I think we've done on the whole, that can only bring on other individuals. What people have got to understand is, as coaches and managers, we possibly see things slightly different in terms of skill sets, positive attributes against negative attributes, what's required to A, start a game, B, in a game, C, win a game, D, not lose a game. That's something I look at way before a fan comes, to cheer on us to win every game. I want us to win every game, but I also am aware that these are human beings, these lads, and a lot of them have had that transition from being what you'd call part-time footballers, because they had jobs, they went to work all day, and they came in trained, and on a Tuesday probably and a Thursday if they didn't have a game on a Tuesday. So it was 2 training sessions a week. Now they have 4 training sessions a week. I don't know what went on before I came in, but what I do know is the amount of work we do, both physically, mentally, cognitively, everything is all geared towards the next game. And I harp on about this all the time, but I can't remember a game we've not been in at half time since I've been at the club. And I think that is ultimately the big change from before my tenure, because I look back at the videos and saw that in some games we were out of them before we were in them. But like I said, the transition from evening to daytime is massive. Anybody who gets out of bed and goes to work is going to be more productive than going to work and then play football in the evening. that takes longer than a couple of weeks, and the work put in at the beginning of the transition maybe wasn't exactly right. In hindsight, I don't know because I wasn't there. But what I do know is we're working the right way now, and to a man behind the door over there, I believe that they're all trying to do their best for the common goal, and it's to keep us in this division.
Brilliant. Come on to the serious stuff now for the weekend, the game tomorrow. How's the squad looking, fitness, injury-wise? How's the planning going for tomorrow?
Well, like I said, what you put into the tank at the beginning depends how far you can go, and there's one or two flagging. There's a few got knocks and niggles and aches and pains, which are normal to a footballer. Trust me, very rarely in my career, certainly after I was about 23, did I ever go on a pitch without something not quite right. But you learn to live with aches and pains as opposed to injury and hurt. Some of these don't know that yet. They're not really injured, they're hurting. But they're hurting here, and they're hurting in their muscles. So within on the ground. But like I said, I think the ones who maybe have been a little bit, had their nose put out and not been involved, will get an opportunity. I've said read my programme notes, when opportunity knocks, you have to take the opportunity. One or two have, one or two haven't. But door closes for one person, whether it's an injury or an illness, it'll open for somebody else. What you've got to do is get your foot in the door, then get your elbow in the door, shoulder in the door, and don't let me shut that door back on you. So it'll be interesting to see. I think Torquay are a good side. They play attacking football. Gary's a master at this level and above as a football man. So we're expecting nothing other, as we always do, a very tough challenge. But like I said, we're just about to go out into a lovely Norfolk morning and hopefully prepare as well as we can to try and win the game.
And finally, for the fans, I always ask you, what's the parting message? What do you really want the fans to do? I mean, we've spoken in the week about positivity, about optimism and all that sort of stuff. What would you be saying to the fans this week? Be as positive and contribute as much as you can. We can hear you. I mean, I use the example of when we've gone away from home, whether we've had 100 at Chesterfield or 30 at Wrexham, we can hear them more than we can hear a lot at the ground. But I understand that, it's up to us to get people off their feet and to entertain. Ultimately, we need them as well. This group of players need as much backing as they can get. The people of Kings Lynn Town, I would like to think, the vast majority of them would want us playing at the highest level possible. We want your Grimsbys, your Notts Counties coming into the town, bringing their hordes of fans to come and have a look at us for the first time possibly. But all I can say is everybody inside the building is giving as much as they can, Monday to Saturday, Sunday included, some of us, for what we can do, and all they can do is come and support us. So to anybody who's watching in the Kings Lynn area, please come and support the lads. They definitely need you, and we absolutely appreciate it.